The combined legal THC and CBD market is currently $11 billion domestically and projected to quadruple to $45 billion in just 5 years. 45% of alcohol drinkers also consume cannabis in legalized recreational states, with 1 in every 5 of them reporting a decline in their beer consumption. Over the past 3 years, U.S. alcohol volumes have taken a nosedive. Beer has been the biggest loser, down 1.5% last year. Here in San Diego, there's a new crop of brewers popping up to create what they're dubbing as the ultimate alcohol killer. Join me as I talk shop with these budding entrepreneurs. I'm Matt Newberg, and this is Hungry. Future. What does the party of the future look like for Gen Z and millennials? Maybe one with non-alcoholic THC-infused beers like these.
It kind of tastes like a Rolling Rock, if I was going to be honest, which is like the beer I drank when I didn't like the taste of beer.
I honestly don't like beer. Like, I kind of stopped drinking it, and I've switched to like kombucha or like seltzer.
I like it more than fucking White Claw or whatever the shit is that people drink now. Fuck that.
And I'm on the other hand, like, I actually really do enjoy beer, but I don't want to be drunk all the time. So I'd rather be high and chilling.
The alcohol industry is currently divided into 3 categories: beer, wine, and spirits. Cannabis could become a 4th category offered under this umbrella once it's fully legalized in the US. Big Beer has begun making significant investments into Canada, where it's already federally legal, such as Constellation Brands' $4 billion minority investment into Canopy Growth last year. In mid-December, a host of CBD and THC-infused beverages will hit Canadian shelves for the very first time, like Molson Coors' new Trust beverages. This begs the question, what will the relationship between cannabis and alcohol look like in the not-so-distant future?
I definitely do see a trend moving away from alcohol, especially with younger consumers. There's the health conscious aspect of it. Alcohol is a poison. It's a toxin for your body. It dehydrates you. It's chock full of calories. The dehydration means you're going to get a hangover the next day if you don't take the proper precautions.
I entered the cannabis space in 2014. Just a few months after opening, I kind of took a look at what was under the shelf, and it was a medical market then. And I'm looking at the product category and I'm saying, this is what we're offering people that are ill. And what was it? It was a whole bunch of smoking options and then junk food. You're looking for a healthier option, but you're either going to end up with carcinogens or diabetes, right? So it caused us to take a step back and say, well, why can't there be healthier options for sick people? When we looked into beer, non-alcoholic beer, we realized that when you take the alcohol out, it's actually good for you. So you got electrolytes, you've got carbohydrates, B12, right? So you actually have a healthy beverage.
It's an extension of the trend of better for you, and it would feel pretty weird to say, hey, I'm gonna have some THC and it's better for me, but it's a great alternative that people may want because of the trends of today.
This product is really going to help with the socialization and normalization of cannabis because it's a method of consumption that people are already familiar with, and there still is a stigma with THC and cannabis use in general. Not everybody's comfortable with having other people know that they're users, right?
Cracking a brew versus toking a joint.
Exactly. And I can drink this and I can go talk to somebody and they'll have no idea that I've consumed cannabis. I can't smoke a joint and go talk to somebody 5 minutes later and have... Yeah, exactly. It's going to cling to me.
I like the discreet aspect of it too, the stealth stoner.
It doesn't smell like weed.
No, I think that's the big thing.
It smells like beer.
People that like drink a lot and people that smoke a lot, they're like very different types of people. Like when I drink a lot, I'm more like when I smoke weed or like take edibles, I'm more.
We do a lot of beta tasting here on Hungry. I've tried a lot of the beers on the market.
Yeah.
I drank a Hi-Fi Hops. I sat there for an hour, 2 hours, waiting, and then all of a sudden it hit me.
Everybody has a story where they ate an edible, they waited 90 minutes, They thought, oh, well, that wasn't enough. They take another dose of it, and then, you know, within the next 45 minutes, they're on the moon and they don't know what's going on, and it's a bad experience for them, right? So we don't want our consumers to have bad experiences. So that was one of the very first R&D hurdles that we had to get over. A lot of people can't handle 10 milligrams of THC at a time.
Like, I don't know how much 10 really even is, like, compared to, is that like a joint, like 2 joints?
If I have 10, I'm like chilling. I could probably have 20 and be like a little elevated.
Probably a 5 and be there. Be on your level.
Yeah.
I don't have a high tolerance, so.
Same.
If I don't know when it's going to hit me and I don't know when it's going to stop, there's an impossibility of drinking responsibly, right? So in this context, we said, well, let's figure this out. We need onset rapid, dissipation in the same curve as alcohol. How do I do that? We have to bypass the liver, right? So we take the technology, do the same thing our liver would do by breaking oils down into small droplets. They can enter our bloodstream and pass the brain-blood barrier and have effects, right? And so we do that outside of the body, break those oils down, suspend them in very small sizes, homogenize it with the beverage, and then when you drink it, you'll consume your mouth, your throat, your stomach, and your intestines, and now you have something that's very parallel to an alcoholic beverage.
Unlike a traditional edible, nano-emulsified THC is able to mimic a similar peak duration of alcohol with a more rapid onset.
By the time you're finished with the first bottle, you should know whether or not your individual tolerance is going to let you have a second bottle or not. So our onset time is about 15 to 30 minutes. Really sensitive people are feeling it in 15 minutes. Some people have told me they're feeling the twinges of it in about 10 minutes. They've actually sat and timed it. And so it's very similar to the alcohol time.
I don't know, I've been sipping on this and I'm sure it takes a long time to kick in. Like,
You're starting to feel it?
Yeah, I feel pretty relaxed. I'm not sure.
Well, you'll absorb it in your digestive system, so it might hit faster than you think.
Resident dietitian over here.
Sorry.
Where are people going to be congregating? You know, you see the advent of cannabis cafes and whatnot. What do you think are some exciting opportunities for brands in this space to create an experience around this outside of the home?
I think there's some pretty cool things that can be done to elevate the experience from, some stoners, around the corner of the side of a building, smoking a joint to, really enjoying the feeling and the benefits in a more public way. And that's going to help with the adoption as well, because I can do it legally in a public place. Right now, the vast majority of the U.S., even in the recreational states, you got to go home. Right. Okay, you can't even do it out here really.
I could see myself drinking this on the beach.
At a festival.
Yeah, like before a festival. Honestly, not gonna lie, like I could really see myself drinking this at Coachella or like before Coachella. Not to be basic.
It seems like there are cannabis users who are reporting drinking less alcohol. 1 in 5 cannabis users says that they drink less beer. And then you have a growing trend of people who have historically consumed alcohol trying cannabis for the first time. Is this the alcohol killer?
You ask yourself a question, because I asked myself the question. When Constellation Brands invested $191 million into Canopy in October of 17, right? And then within 10 months, they invested $4 billion. Right, so you take that 10 months, and you squish it down, you say, in 4 months, Constellation Brands saw something. What did they see? I was awake at night going, what did they see? What did they see? And over time, I think, in my opinion, I can't validate this, is what they saw was a cannabinoid-based beverage platform isn't just a threat to alcohol. It's a threat to sports drinks, soft drinks, health and wellness platforms. Now, alcohol is kind of stuck today. I can't go and be a health and wellness product.
If they can overcome regulatory and social hurdles, the moonshot is that THC-infused beverages could take off not only as a healthier alternative to alcohol, but also as a mood management platform. Brands would take the form of seltzers, tonics, and teas containing various THC and CBD ratios designed for better sleep, sport, sex, and fun. Just chilling right now, feeling good.
I feel just like body high, really talkative, chatty.
I mean, I don't know, I feel good. I think maybe I do feel a little high because I'm like talking.
No, I did like.
How much have I had? Yeah. I had the whole bottle at this point. Do you think the future is here beyond burgers and THC?
I think we're in it. The future is now.
If they can't live up to their mainstream potential, these beverages could simply find their home as a healthier alternative to flower, vapes, and edibles. Liquid weed.
I'm too high, but I ain't touching.